Welcome to the Travelex Outlook for the week of May 24th. The U.S. dollar starts the week off in broadly positive territory on renewed worries about Europe's debt crisis on the world economy. Market confidence, as a result, has slipped off to start the week, and that is boosting the appeal of safe haven currencies such as the dollar. Last week, if you recall, it was a really turbulent one in the currency markets. Renewed worries about the impact of Europe's debt crisis on the world economy caused really a stampede into safe haven currencies. As a result, we did see the euro spend part of last week at a four-year low against the dollar and at its lowest level in basically a decade against the Japanese yen. In fact, the broad-based selling of the single currency became so pronounced that investors began to fear that the ECB could step in to intervene its currency, and that prompted investors to pare back on some of their massive bets against further euro weakness. That not only helped the single currency to rebound off some of those multi-year lows that I just mentioned, the single currency actually posted its first weekly gain against the dollar in 6 weeks. Still, Eurozone sentiment going forward is likely to remain fragile given the dreary outlook for the Eurozone economy. Last week's losses really were across the board, and they really weren't just limited to the single currency. Weaker commodity prices near multi-month lows really depressed the currencies from Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. Looking to the final week of May, a good way for the U.S. dollar to try and re-exert its upward trend would be to see a better performance by U.S. data. Last week, if you recall, we did see signs that perhaps the U.S. recovery was losing some momentum after leading indicators fell for the first time in over a year in April, while weekly jobless claims fell for the first time since early April. The week ahead features data on the U.S. housing market, consumer confidence, and also a revision to Q1 growth. Positive results would really bolster the notion that perhaps the Fed could boost interest rates later this year, which would help the dollar's yield appeal. That's it for this week. Please be sure and check us out online for breaking FX news.